Hi students, let's carry on Gebafowethu. Today we are going to do the table of contents. The table of contents goes at the beginning of the document. It is there to guide the user of the document. Whosoever is reading the document, it will guide that person as to where the content will be found, on which page each content will be found. As you can see, maybe in your textbooks, if you have your textbook with you, in the textbook you will have a table of content at the beginning. So the table of content is important because it saves time. Instead of browsing the entire book, you will be checking on the table of content where the content you are looking for is located on the book. Then you go straight to that specific page. So that is why it has to go at the beginning of the document. So usually with the table of content, they will ask you, because it's at they will ask you to put page breaks maybe here, maybe also here a page break, and maybe also here paragraph 2 fruits page break, part 2. And here page break, but they will specify where you are expected to insert the page break. And also here page break. Then now we have a total of 7 pages so far. Then at the beginning, maybe here they will say type the heading. The heading maybe will say the lesson on multi-level numbering. I think you've noticed that I inserted a page break for this page to appear. A lesson on multi-level numbering. Then maybe they tell you that this page must be vertically centered and it must be horizontally centered. This heading, they even tell you maybe that the font must be 20 and it must be capital letters all. You say uppercase. Then they tell you it must be vertically centered and horizontally centered. So I highlight the heading. Then you go to layout, then you go page layout, page setup I mean. Then from page setup you go to layout tab. Then here on page, under page section, vertical alignment, you want it to be center. Apply where? To the selected text. Then you say okay. Then this heading now on our first page, it is vertically centered. I think you've noticed it. So let me activate the paragraph code so that I can be able to see everything on the screen, our screen. Yeah, you see there is a page break. Yeah, which is correct, this page break. Then they will also say insert a page break. So we already have a page break here. Then on the second page, that's where your table of content must be inserted, which means, in other words, this first page acts as a front page of your book, Then on the second page, we put the table of content that will guide students or on where to find content on the book. So then we no longer want center, we go back to left. Then they will instruct you on the left hand side. They say it must be 18 capital bold capital letters. You turn on caps lock on your keyboard. Then on the left hand side you type table of contents. And then on the very same line on the right hand side they tell you to put page number, the phrase, to type the phrase. So what you need to do, you check your right margin where it is. So you will see that it is 16 centimeters, the right margin. It's 15 and 17. In between here, it's 16. So the correct way of doing it, you will then go to paragraph. You use a tab because you cannot use more than one alignment on the same line. So for you to have something on the left and something on the right, we must insert the tab, the right tab, that will align this phrase, page number, on the right hand side of the margin. So what do? We go to paragraph and then tabs. So on your tab you check the right margin because we want the tab to be kept there on the right margin. So we put 16 centimeter. Then the alignment of the tab is right. Then you say set. Then okay. Then we have our tab there. It's black. I think you can see it, but it's too small. But if you follow instructions, you will see it in your computer. You will see it better. Then after table of contents, the phrase table of content, I move my cursor, I say tab. If I say tab, it takes me to the right hand side of the margin. To the right hand side. Then I type page, or as capital letters, page, space number. You see? Then they tell me to leave 2 lines open after page number. What do I do? 2 lines open, I go back to the normal font. Maybe it's 12. The font that was given to me before doing these headings. Usually in your question paper you will have. When I remove bold as well, then you go. Oh, the mistake that I made, I didn't use the no spacing. No spacing is very important. Make sure the document is on no spacing. Okay. Then for the sake of visibility, I will keep it at the bigger font. But you must follow instructions nicely. I will redo the tab here. I will reinsert the tab because now I forgot to tab. Make sure that you don't make a mistake all the time. You must have no spacing. Set okay, there it is. Then bold. Then after that, make sure your style is no spacing to avoid problems. Okay, then for the sake of, then they will instruct you to leave 2 lines open. Then you leave 2 lines open. Then now we are starting with the table of contents. We were just preparing for the table of contents all along. So now we are starting. Okay, the table of contents, what is important? There are 2 steps two important steps when you are doing a table of contents. First, you must know the content that needs to be part of the table of content. So maybe they tell you that you must mark all level 1 headings for the table of content. They will say mark the following headings for the table of content. Then they say mark all level 1 headings. So if you are doing the table of content, you must go to references. From references, here is the section table of content. Everything about table of content is done here on this section. So the two steps that I'm talking about, the first one, you will add the headings that you want them to be included on the table of content. Once you are done with that, you insert the table of content on your document. So let's mark the headings that we want to be part of table of contents. Let's say all level 1s. This is a level 1 heading. We highlight this one. Then we say add text. We add it as level 1. I think you are still with me. All level 1 headings. We add this one. You hold your control if you want to add them all at once. You hold the control when you are doing the selection. Here is another level 1 heading. You hold the control, it's selected as well, your level 1. Then we go, this fruits is also level 1, selected. So we have selected all level 1 headings, then we want to add them as level 1. For you to be able to see what has already been included as to be part of the table of content, you go to view and then navigation pane, you put a tick there. So you see all our level 1 are selected for the table of contents. Then they say all level 2 and all level 3 and all level 4s. So let's do everything. Let's add everything as they are expecting. According to the instructions, let's add everything. So all level 2s as well we will include. This is the first level 2. We highlight level 2. You hold control so that it allows you to select more than one. You select the second one. Before highlighting, before clicking, you hold your control key and you leave it. After selecting, you scroll. While scrolling, you leave your control. Then once done, page is level 2. You highlight. Before highlighting, you hold your control, then you highlight. You click next to the line. Then our level 2, the last level 2 is a pool. We select a pool. Then under references, this is the section. You say add. Add as what? Level 2, because they are level 2 headings. You see, here it shows you the progress of your table of content. What has been added and what you are left with. The level 3s, we are left with the level 3s. So banana is level 3. You select banana. We go up. We select another. Tomato is level 3. So you hold control, then you click next to it. It's highlighted as well. Then we go up, looking for another level 3 because they said all level 3s. it's good if you select all of them at the same time. Control, banana is level 3 here. Click, yes, then it's highlighted. Control, then click, tomato is level 3. It's highlighted then. Okay. Then all the level 3s have been added. You select, then you say level 3. Then you see here, because the navigation pane, our navigation pane is showing what has been selected, what has been included in a table of content. Yeah. Then we save our work. Okay. Then now we are left with level 4s. Level 4s, we select our level 4. There are 2 level 4s here. Then we go down and then hold Control. You click next to each level 4. Then we go down. You hold Control. You click next to each level 4. Then you scroll down to the last one. Then you click. Then you paste. You click. Then you say add as level 4. Now we've added everything. So we've added. That was the first step, to add all the topics, all the sections that you want to include. Then the next step is to insert the table of content where you want it to appear. So here we've written the headings, table of contents, and page number on the right hand side. So they tell you to generate the table of content. That is the term that will be used. Generate, that is the term, the keyword. Generate the table of content. So you put your cursor, they have instructed you to leave 2 lines open. On the third one, you put your cursor and then you say table of contents. Then you say under table of contents, then usually here you will get, with other version you will get insert table of contents. But here we'll say custom table of contents instead of insert. For some versions it's insert table of content. With this one is 2016 version, so custom table of contents. Then what you do, because you see here it says show levels 3, which means it's 1 up to 3. So because we've got level 4 as well to display, we say increase, then we set it to allow the display of level 4. Then another thing, can you see here on the preview? Then it is up to you to decide what you want in between the heading and the number and the page number. So it is called tab leader. So if you are instructed that to write align numbers, then you have to decide what goes. The numbers are right aligned, as you can see on this sample. The headings are like this. So if the numbers are right aligned and the heading is on the left, you have to decide what goes inside, or you follow the instructions. So on the instructions, they say, let's say they say do not right align numbers, which means you remove right align. So numbers are not right aligned anymore. Then there is no option of inserting whatsoever between the heading and numbers, because if numbers are not right aligned, they will be just next to the heading, as you can see. But the moment you say numbers must be right aligned, they go to the right Then you have to decide. If they say with leader dots, write align numbers with leader dots, then you choose these dots. If you want dashes, you choose the dashes. You see, it will look like this. If they say you want a line, you choose an underscore like this. If they say you want nothing between the heading and the number, you choose none, then there is none. So let's assume we've been requested to put leader dots between, write align numbers with leader dots. Let's assume, then we put dots, tab leader with leader dots. Then maybe, then what do we do? We say, okay. Then the table of content is inserted. I hope it's clear, students. The first thing, you highlight headings, you add them according to their levels. Level 1 as level 1, 2, level 2 as level 2, 3 as level 3, 4 as level 4, depending on your document. What levels do you have? Then after that, you go table of content. Then for this version of 2016, you say custom table of contents. With the previous versions, you will say insert table of contents instead. Then after that, you will set the tab leaders, right align numbers, set the tab leader, whether dots or underscore or none for spaces in between the heading and the then maybe we want to increase the font for visibility, we can do so. It's inserted just like that. I hope it is clear. You follow those two steps. You add text and as according to their levels to be part. Then you track using the navigation pane here what has been added on your table of content. What is on the navigation pane will match your table of content. How do you usually, if your navigation pane is not visible, you go to view, it will be like this usually. If you want to see your navigation pane, you go to view and put a tick next to it. So please don't forget it. This is the end of our lesson for today. Thank you.